right, y'all, this is what my lunch is looking like for today. I have some organic green juice, some vegan buffalo wings with crunchy potatoes, strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. I'm about to enjoy this meal right here. Welcome back to My Uncomplicated Life. It's your girl Terry, back with another video. And today I'm talking about your debt income ratio in this part 3 of the finance series. So, the first part I was talking about not splurging. The second part I'm talking about actually getting a livable income to where you're comfortable and able to take care of things that you must take care of. So now I'm talking about the debt income ratio because that is one of the ways you can manage your money well, right? So, ratio. You want it to be a decent ratio where you can live off money, and a lot of financial experts talk about being able to know where your money is going. So, for one, debts could be personal loans, credit card debt, student loans, could be a house mortgage loan, a car loan, whatever the case may be. All of your debt combined, you don't want that to take up so much of your income if you can help it. Now, that may be kind of difficult for some people to do, but if you can help it, try to make a lot more than what your debt is and what you have to pay per month. Whether that's increasing your income or just getting your debt super low and, eventually getting rid of your debt altogether by honing in on it. Now, also, if your debt to income ratio is not where it should be, you want to avoid increasing your debt more as much as possible. So, yeah. But when I was talking about how you should know where your money's going every time you get paid, it should be like, okay, I know this percentage is going for tithes and offerings. I know this percentage is going toward, healthcare. This percentage is going toward, what do you call it? Mortgage. This percentage is going toward personal loans or credit card loans or not loans, credit cards or student loans, or this percentage is going to go towards groceries, the grocery bill. This percentage is going to go toward gas. This percentage is going to go toward whatever things come up for the week, whether you have to pay dues for membership to organizations such as like an honor society or something like that. Or you may have to pay dues to an association or organization that you're a member of. And here's where planning comes into play. Because a person may forget about upcoming expenses that are on auto pay, especially if they're not every month. If they're like once a year, like annually, once a year, or if they're like every few months, like I said, versus every month. You have to mark these things down on a calendar or planner so that you don't forget about them and be like, oh, yeah, I got this $300 I can spend on jewelry and clothes and I can go out to eat with. And then you're like, oh, I forgot this expense was coming up for next month. Oh, shoot, I should have saved for it, Like, you got to be on top of those things so that your account, doesn't go into like, what is it called, overdraft or in the negative or whatever the case may be because of improper planning. So planning is very, very important in this process. Very important in this process. You got to be on it when it comes to that. And not even just a planner or a calendar, it can also be like a book that you have specifically for, calculating calculations. You may write things down in that booklet, subtraction and or adding numbers together, multiplying numbers together to make sure that you're keeping track of all your expenses. Some people, yeah, they may have a physical book where they're writing with pen or pencil, Or it could be you have an app where you plug in all your expenses, your budgeting, you're making sure that things don't go over a certain amount. You want to make sure you have a percentage that also goes into savings as much as possible, as much as you possibly can. Even if at one point all you can put in your savings is 5 cents, like put something in there. Put something in there, you know. You want to build some type of savings as best as you can. So, this is how to really set a good ratio. Proper planning, really good organization, having things in a set order to where you can have it streamlined and you can have it, you know, have things already on a decent path financially. So it's really nice to be able to be in that mode of staying on top of things rather than being reactive and waiting until something pops up later. You're going to be as proactive as possible. This is not something where you're just like, oh, I'll put off these calculations later. I'll figure things out as they all get pulled out of my account. Another reason you should stay on top of it is because when you're paying certain things off, they don't immediately always take things out of the account. Whether it be you're paying off a bill or a loan, or even you're buying something online, they don't always take the money immediately out of your account. So I don't want you to forget that there's a pending purchase and then you didn't account for it because you didn't write it down in your budgeting book. And then you forget about it, and then you're like, oh, I have this money, I can buy this. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to forget that you already have pending purchases. So you should definitely subtract that in a booklet or something like that from your number that's in your account, so that you can keep track of what's actually at all your purchases that are pending or in the process of scheduled or about to be, taken out of your account. You have to keep track of these things. These are very, very, very important. I can't stress it enough. Stay organized. Stay organized. And it also comes with self-control as well, like being able to say, oh, this looks really nice, but I don't need it right away. And because we even have something like Amazon, where it's a website where there's always so many different types of products on there, you may feel like you see something in the store and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever see that again. Bruh, like there's probably, even if you can't find that brand ever again, if it's not super customized, you probably can find some type of variation of it on Amazon or some type of other store. Like, all hope is not lost. Like I said, especially if it's an item that's not super customized, you can probably find it later on. Just gotta have the patience, be able to wait for it, and you get it. So I hope y'all have a blessed day, and write in the comments something that you really were encouraged by in this video, by God's grace. It's maybe something you're working on. Have a blessed one. Peace.